So I just got done having lunch with a good friend of mine, and we were talking about faith and how easy it is to kind of fall asleep in the what I said to him was the lull of the mundane. So I don't know where you guys are at in your lives and what kind of life you're living, but we sing these songs a lot about this huge, awesome, and all-powerful God, and we sing songs about having faith to trust Him. And maybe you're in a situation right now where maybe you feel crippled by where you're at, or feel stuck. I don't know what the right word is, but the mundane, you're kind of doing everything over and over again, and you're kind of falling asleep in the lull of the mundane. And on the one hand, I recognize that there's something to be said for showing up, and worshiping God through the mundane. But at the same time, I think the trap of the world is to just buy into the lie of, hey, just keep doing what you're doing and you'll be fine, and really God's called us to greatness, right? He's called us to be a part of His kingdom. He's called us to take part in restoring this world, and yet I feel trapped by what the world has, the systems that I'm living in. So I just kind of wake up and I do my job and I go home and watch TV, and then that's it. And I wake up and do the same thing. And I just know that that's what He's not created us to be like that. Obviously He's created us to live these amazing lives, incredible lives sold out for Him, and partnering with Him and bringing the love of Jesus closer and closer to people that have never heard it, or helping them awaken to how He's working in their lives. So all that to say, maybe we are meant for something more. Maybe there is something more. Maybe the lull of the mundane is where you're living, but what if? We talked about, we always look at the what if. We always play only one side of the what if game. So what if I do this and something goes wrong? Or what if, I make the decision, but we always look at the negative side of the what if. But what about the other side of the what if game? And that is, what if God shows up and God blesses it and He provides, and yeah, maybe there might be some struggles and trials along the way, but what if God shows up? What if the blessing is there in the risk? So that's where I'm living this morning, and wanted to share that with you. And yeah, what if? See you later. Also, we were talking about, gosh, what is it that you want to do? In a perfect world, how would you be living your life? What do you want to do? What do you feel like God's created you to do? And he asked me this question, and I didn't have an answer for him. I feel like it's a hard answer. It was a hard answer for me, because I have never answered that question. I guess I don't think about that stuff. I think about, well, what am I supposed to do? And talking about how obedience for me is a lot easier than dreaming. And maybe that's not such a good thing. God's called us to be a part of His kingdom. He's gifted us, obviously, in very specific ways, individual ways, and we're supposed to take part in, or not supposed to, but we get the opportunity to join with the creator, maker of this universe, to make it a better place, to help restore it, to bring peace, hope, love, and life into these things that have pain and death and despair. And so, we so easily can get caught up in, I so easily just get caught up. And I guess what we kind of said, the lull of the mundane of, well, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, so this is great. But He's like, well, no, but what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, it's not really about what I want to do. And He was challenging me and pushing me back and saying, yeah, it kind of is, because God's given you specific gifts, specific passions, specific desires, and what are those, and what are you doing about it? So he kind of jokingly said, hey, you got some homework. And so I do have some homework, and I will be working on and writing down, what are those what's the life I want to live? Am I living the life I want to live? What does that look like? So, scary things to talk about, to think about, obviously for me, but at the same time, it's if I believe what I believe about faith, and I believe what I believe about God, and believe what I sing about who God is, then why not? You know, why not? If there's something, not if there's something more, but if I could be doing what I want to be doing, what I feel like God's created me to be doing. So there it is, some thoughts for today. Peace.